I miss the old internet in ways. You know, when at any point in time during your travels on the internet, you may be confronted with mysterious genitalia. It was annoying. But now we have this sort of porn. Oh my God. I've been a magician since I was a kid. Every now and then I get the hankering of putting a show together and performing in front of people, but my ego has been very well insatiated over the years. Folks, the way magicians and children, we learn this very early on, or at least some of us do. You know, like some learn math very early on. Well, some of us learn about human psychology very early on. And the thing you do to fool a person is simply mix in truth. A magician's illusion can't be done unless there is a substantial amount of truth and reality that's mixed in. I actually listened to this whole thing. I didn't want to listen to it at all. In fact, it's probably the first time I ever sat and listened to AJ here. I'm not even going to say the name. Oh my God. Pathetic, cowardice, absolutely outright contradictory. This has got to be an AI and someone that just kind of flipped the narrative or something, because this is just outright contradiction of what each of these guys have all said in the past. It was very well done, perhaps. I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that these people with such great influence and resource would be so disrespectful and talk over one another, like a group of 20-somethings. No disrespect. No, I shouldn't even say that. I'm just saying that they behaved very amateurishly in terms of communication. And all of these guys have been communicating for a long time, so I don't know if this is real, then this is just signaling that that's the way you communicate, is you just talk over each other. So yeah, I'm skeptical that this is real, but it could be. And when you want to propagate a lie or propagate an illusion, you have to have a lot of reality that surrounds it in order to make it work. It's kind of like how our brains work. I mean, we require a great amount of buffering, like computers. Think about it. Most of us in 24 hours only really get about 3 hours of actual conscious constructive work. None of us really escape that. So the rest of the time, it's just nonsense. And magicians know this. In fact, there is a fourth person in here that I don't know the name. It's probably somebody famous or rich or something. But they probably said the most cognizant thing, or poignant thing rather, in this whole interview, which was creating these isms and the them and they is completely a false perspective, because they are we and we are us and all that. So what is my message in all of this? Well, it's really simple. Okay, well, it's simple, but it's a series of dots that need to continuously be maintained, connected and maintained. The use of alcohol will prevent you from being able to maintain connecting the dots. That's one. Two, you only get at best, about 3 hours of good constructive use of your consciousness per day, at best. None of us escape this. However, we can work 24/7. You're only still, at best, going to get about 3 hours of powerful conscious brain use. Oh my God, this can't be real. It's just the most despicable grouping of voices. And Elon was on the cusp that I guess he's just jumping full head on in. Maybe he has before. I haven't been paying attention, but so yeah, maybe not everyone's 3 hours are the same. I mean, even for myself, some days I am immensely conscious and able to connect the dots and really get things done. Not all those 3 hours are equal. And some people's 3 hours are just incredible. Quite more advanced than I'll ever be, perhaps. All right. I wanted to abandon this video, but I got to finish it. Okay, and what are we? Our real number 3? Number 3 is detail. As in, in Wing Chun, we focus on details, these really precise details. And when you're trying to approach a great complexity, a great power, you have to really pay attention to details. And the things that were said that are correct here are, the earth could sustain a lot more people. Yeah, if you take care of them. We're not taking care of people. You can't just jump ahead and say, yeah, let's just put more people on the planet because you got to take care of what you got and then maybe populate the planet. Yeah, it's very progressive to want to be a star traveler. I get that. It's certainly the way forward, or very well maybe the way forward for the human race. But you got to take care of our current starship, planet Earth. So that's a very important detail, guys. Here's another one. I don't know, maybe 4. This is all part of our symbiosis. If we want to deal with this, we have to deal with this that's within us. Huge and empowering. Now, here's one that I've pondered and continue to ponder. When you predicate the origins of your existence on a lie, where then is the integrity? Here's another one. What is this? 5, 4, 3? I don't know. We'll put up on the screen there. Number duality. Duality is a useful tool. It's a tool. It's not a reality. It's not, it's like a hammer. Hammer isn't reality. Hammer is part of reality. Duality is a useful tool in order to make quick distinctions that are often needed. Again, it's a tool. So good, bad, left, right. Here's a good one. All right. Who becomes the scapegoat between the left and the right? Oh, the centerists. And it's all bullshit. We've all accepted this digital world as our reality when it really is just a tool. Zeros and ones. Not even really decipherable. A human cannot do conversions of zeros and ones into a readable language anywhere as quick as a computer. Okay, I said that. Zeros and ones, pushing buttons in or out. Man, we saw this coming in the 80s, right? Yeah, the analog world has a lot more to it. We are analog creatures. We are not digital creatures. We're both dualistic and analog. We're digital and analog. I mean, that's not right. The way to see this and the way that you operate within this paradigm is you allow the digital systems to manage the analog systems. Where'd you go? Yeah, bye. They're talking about, you can't be still. You're rather going backwards or you're going forwards. It's absolute bullshit. As if you're not progressing, you're not going forward, then you're dying. You know what? You're dying from the day you were born, dumbass. Now, we don't expect dumb or stupid people to understand this or to be able to benefit from this understanding, nor even children or young folk. But for God's sakes, you old sons of bitches at this point in your lives should know this. There, you're back. This has been up on YouTube and proliferated on YouTube for, I don't know, for a while now. What, a few days, a month, something like that. So I would think that if this were fake, that would be revealed. Because if it's not real, then, it's not real. But if it is real, then my job is to follow my own laws, and that is to appreciate all things. What I'll appreciate, if this is real, what I'll appreciate is that collectively these multi-millionaire, billionaire, geniuses, whatever, success stories, if this is real, they are collectively representing such a low level of consciousness and intelligence that it makes me feel pretty fucking smart. And I spend most of my time feeling pretty stupid. So thank you, guys. I don't know. From seeing that, I think that if you drink alcohol even a little bit, you should probably just stop. Yeah, you're not going to be able to maintain connecting the dots. And it's the reason why I live the way that I live, is so that I can focus on keeping the dots connected. Why do you want to keep the dots connected? So you can keep track of reality. Man. See, reality, I know some of you out there, are kind of fluffy on this thing called reality. Not for a martial artist. For martial artists, reality is very martial, very material, very physical. We are of this earth. There is no subjectivity when it comes to the human reality of suffering, of children suffering, of death and dying. I mean, there is no subjectivity there. The objective is that we, not I, we are trying to live. We are trying to get better, to live a better life, a longer life, a more fruitful life, a more fulfilling life, the pursuit of happiness, liberty. That's right, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Come on, Americans. Yeah, us humans being sickly, rather in body and or of mind. No, that is not the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. No, it isn't. No, that's essentially addiction or bad habit. And bad people will be more than happy to benefit and profit from your bad habit. So yeah, don't drink. Stop drinking. Stop it. You're not going to be able to go to step 2 if you don't take care of step 1. Stop drinking. Okay, step 2, start connecting the dots and understand you are not going to see the full picture until you have connected many dots and maintained the connection of those dots. So use whatever tools you got in order to keep the dots connected, in order so you can see the picture. And don't be a condescending, intellectually disingenuous ass. If you're drinking and getting fucked up and then you're trying to claim that you can see the picture or even part of the fucking picture, no. Don't be a condescending, intellectually disingenuous dickweed. Maybe dickweed's better. Dickweed. Maybe. I don't know. And don't assume that there are people out there that haven't been doing the job of maintaining and connecting the dots and seeing the big picture. And know that those people are much more rare than the false prophets that claim that they have been doing the work and are maintaining the big picture. As the amazing Randy taught me, intellectuals, people of high intellect, are the easiest to fool. Know who's easy to fool? Those with very low EQ or emotional intelligence. Those are easy to fool too. Know who isn't easy to fool? The sinner, the scapegoat. Not easy to fool those. The sober. What in the world? I think my phone just upgraded and now the camera has cinematic mode. It has to have just had that, like just now, because this has not existed. Oh, that's right. I do have a new phone. This is a newer phone, not a brand new phone. Skateboarding has taught me one great lesson, one very humiliating lesson that I've never gotten from many other things. Maybe painting has helped me, but skating has really helped me with this. And that is one, balance. The levels of physical balance are amazing. Even more importantly, this should have been number one. What am I talking about? And that is confidence. You have to be confident in what you're doing. It's so easy to just get psyched out when you're skating. This psychological aspect is something that I've never really, I mean, climbing, it's there too, but in skating, it's just much more prevalent to me. This thing of confidence and not getting psyched out. But that confidence is rooted in a very real thing, which is balance. If you don't have the balance, then there's very little chance that you'll have very real confidence in yourself. There's definitely an interesting play between your ability and your confidence. I think a lot of times a young person's confidence can carry them a long way. There's certainly a balance between your ability, your balance, your ability, and your confidence. There's a very interesting interplay between those things. Let's zoom out and end with this. How absolutely incredible and fantastic our lives and life, and how fleeting. Never lose sight of that incredible and fantastic fact of life. Fly, robin, fly. Fly, robin, fly. Fly, robin, fly. Up into the sky. Ye shall not deny the people of a scapegoat. The medical community, the psychological community, the psychiatric community would be nowhere without the study of the insane, of the sick, of the diseased. It is through these extreme cases of human imbalance that we get to learn so much. Maybe that's why we perpetuate mental illness and homelessness and the haves and the have-nots, is because we learn so much about reality through those deprived cases. So there's perhaps a need for this depravity, which is very interesting, because anyone out there that's familiar with the left hand and right hand paths will be very familiar with this sort of thing. And if that sort of thing scares you, then just be comfortable in knowing that the left and the right, these dualisms, are really just tools. It's not reality.